You know, there are things that you already have in your disposal that you're not using when it comes to dating and relationships. You see, oftentimes there are qualities, skills, attributes, characteristic traits that you have that other people want, that other people desire. Even if you're in a relationship, there are things that you are not highlighting to other people that actually make you really desirable, that make you really attractive. And I want to introduce a new concept to you that you've not heard of. And I want to explain to you what that is, but most importantly, to expose where you already have this working to your benefit, but you're just not using it to its fullest potential. So make sure that you stay to the very end of this video, because not only am I going to encourage you, but you're going to feel equipped enough to go out and start implementing this into your life so that you start having the experiences that you want, but you can't just seem to make happen on your own. I want to support you with that. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and listen, when you guys, gals, when you comment in the comment section, it is so exciting for me to hear how my words and my what I'm sharing with you, how it really impacts your life. So let me know in the comment section what things that I share in this video really speak to you. So alpha generator, how to be this alpha generator. You hear a lot of talk in the dating and relationship scene about being the alpha, but the alpha generator is actually a term that comes from the finance world, but we're going to break it down into you and how you interact in dating and relationships. So if you need further support, if you're struggling, you're in a relationship dilemma, you're in a single guy dilemma, and you're like, I can't seem to escape this, Arica, is this going to be the rest of my life? No, it's not. Reach out to me for coaching. You can go to my website, aricaangelo.com, book some coaching with me, and let's change your life and the experiences you're having into the better so that you feel like the winner in your dating and relationships. So I want to read to you what an alpha generator is based in the financial market. So an alpha generator refers to any security that generates excess returns or returns higher than a pre-selected benchmark with no additional risk when added to an existing portfolio of assets. The thing is, you have some assets that you're not even mindful of, that you're not leading with. You know, you may be getting frustrated that people are rejecting you or they're not respecting you, but really there are some assets that you have that you are not showing to the world. And I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about some undercover assets that you're not managing well. And if you would just start paying attention to these, the return on your investment, your time, the money you spend on dates, all of those things would come in greater rewards. So most of the time, each of us, we all come into this world with either gifts or we have strengths that we've cultivated on our own. I want you to think about this. Like, what is it that makes you successful in work? What is it that makes you successful in your career? Most of the time it's leading, it's getting along with people, it's making people laugh, it's finding solutions to problems and seeing it in a way that nobody else sees. Now, what you're not doing is you're not understanding that those same skills translate into relationships. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with clients who are really successful in their work and their business, but oftentimes I see them forget to translate those skills into relationships. So let's say you're the problem solver, right? So in a relationship, obviously this is really beneficial, but chances are you're not using it in your relationships, or you're not using it in dating because you get your emotions involved. We all do. And so those same skills that we have, we don't bring them into being in a relationship because we think what? we're going to get rejected. And so we shoot ourselves in the foot. We don't actually say the things. We don't do the things that we want to do. Instead, we let our ego show up for us. And the ego oftentimes is going to shoot us in the foot because it's not saying what our heart really wants to say, what our desires really want to say. It's not really leading us into the experiences that we want to have, that make us feel alive, that make us feel fulfilled. So what are some underneath assets that you may have not cultivated yet that are there? Most of the time, when we have not done any sort of inner work, when we've not healed our childhood wounds, when we've not faced our demons, when we keep running from them, we keep chasing circumstances, what it is you have gifts that are underneath all of those wounds, all of those rejections from the past. Underneath, you probably have a tenderness you've never accessed. You have a level of vulnerability. You have a level of affection. I even see this with some men sexually. It's like they have this whole beautiful sexual side to them that's been repressed because of past things in their childhood. But the reality is when you don't pay attention to that, when you keep ignoring it, what's happening is you're suppressing your best self, the parts of you that can really relate to a woman, that can really relate to a man. When you don't address those things, all those gifts, all those assets that are underneath that could be rendering you huge rewards, making you more desirable, making people attract you, making women feel safe with you, making men feel safe with you. At the end of the day, we all want to feel safe, but you have these untapped gifts that are on the inside of you that are not coming to fruition because of childhood wounds, because of traumatic experiences, rejection of the past, and you keep ignoring it, and it is costing you greatly. When you're the alpha generator of your life, you realize that if you want to enjoy life to its maximum potential, to the maximum results, that there are things that you cannot ignore, that you've got to pay attention to. And once you start getting in control of those areas, then your life becomes mind-blowing. The desires that you have, the relationship that you want, all of it is existing inside of you, but you can't run from you. You have to be the alpha generator and start realizing there are things inside of me that I need to start generate instead of running from. If this spoke to you, tell me in the comment section. And listen, I've got another video here to support you. Keep coming back because there's a lot more I want to share with you. You're loved and you have what it takes. It's time to start tapping in to those hidden gifts that are underneath that will change your world drastically. You are the agent of your own change.